Hey guys, Buddha here, bringing you another Starcraft 2 replay cast. This is an exhibition map, so it is on Battle.net, not during any particular tournament. They are just practice games, but they are a best of 3, so a showcase match between our two players. The first one is the Green Zerg, EGIdra here, very well-known player. I don't think I need to introduce him. He is well known for his very macro-based play, very bad manners, and quitting very early. His opponent is part of the Root Gaming team in Minigun. I don't know too much about Minigun. I should have actually researched him before I started casting, but I am casting live, so I doubt that everyone wants to see me Google Minigun. So the matchup will be the first game on Tal'Darim Altar, very large macro-oriented map. Minigun actually scouting very early here with his first probe and setting his pylon quite forward here so he can fast expo. EGIdra loves this map because he is well known for his macro play, and you do not want to go up against EGIdra in a macro game usually, but EGIdra has been known recently to actually has been practicing very diverse strategies. So we have seen him cheese 2-base all-in and drop, muta harass, everything you can think of. He has done it lately, so he has really been evolving as a player, but still quits very early his games. People give him a lot of give him a hard time for that, but EGIdra actually believes that instead of trying to come back in a game and be exhausted for the next one, he prefers just quitting the game and being fresh and very focused on the next one. That is why he usually quits early when he thinks he's behind. Now, he did throw down in early expansion and the spawning pool immediately after, and Minigun actually went for Forge first and then the Nexus, so he will be safe behind a few cannons if EGIdra decides to put any pressure, but it does not look like he is going to, because he is just now getting his extractor. Now, I am casting this live, so if you are interested, tune in to Team Liquid. Look for Buddha on these streams, and I am casting live, so you can see me screw up about 1,000,000 times. My viewers here, or viewer here, has seen me screw up about 6 times and retake it. It's funny sometimes it's not, it's just boring, but look at it if you are bored. Also, I am uploading a ton of games tonight on YouTube, so I was on fire today casting about, this is maybe my 10th game, so there will be a lot of games on my channel tonight. Now, EGIdra now making his 2 queens. See, he is gonna go for a very macro-oriented game, as he usually does. Now, I don't even think he scouted Minigun yet. You see, he does know that he's not in these 2 corners, but he does not know what is in front of his base, or if he even early expoed here. Now, Minigun, on the contrary, does know all about EGIdra's early expo and his base. And now EGIdra just watching the front base, and that's weird that he actually sent a drone way over there, because players don't usually scout early just to keep that drone in the base and wait for Lings to pop out, and EGIdra did have Lings to scout the front base, so I'm curious to know why he chose to send that drone instead of Lings. I guess the drone just made its way across the map and eventually ended up at the base. Now, these 2 Lings will check for any pylons for possibly any kind of pressure, and there it is. EGIdra actually spots it and will take it down as soon as he can. And this drone will try and go in the main base, but will be intercepted by this first Ling and this queen if EGIdra decides to attack it. No, it is just being passive here with 14 energy. And now the queen will kill the probe, and EGIdra is still just making lots and lots of drones, as well as a 3rd hatch already. So he knows he's safe because Minigun opted to go for that very fast expo. So he is just going to macro up like he is known to do. Now, Minigun already has 2 gases up, 3 gases up, and getting a sport. So we might be seeing some kind of tech player or harass play, DT harass, possibly behind this second base. Now throwing down another photon cannon, so he's not going to make any units just yet. He is relying on those cannons for defense. which makes him very vulnerable to a roach all-in, especially if he can't scout, because these roaches can easily take down 2 cannons, or at least this pylon that powers basically everything. But EGIdra is not going to do anything like that, because he is well known to be a macro-oriented player, and Minigun very well knows this. Now second cannon is up, as well as +1 ground weapons coming up. 2 gateways for Minigun, and that Overlord spots everything. Not that there is much to spot yet. Very normal play, 4 gateways on 2 bases, as well as a forge upgrading, and you can see Minigun banking that gas. So we most likely will be seeing DTs in this game. You can actually see the Twilight Council going up, as well as the robotics facility. So he is keeping his options open to when it comes to his tech choice here. During that time, EGIdra's lair finished, and he will be using it to get glial restitution. I never actually knew how to pronounce that one. But roach speed, nonetheless, a lot easier to pronounce. Now getting a fourth gas at his 3rd base. Weirdly enough, I guess he just decides that's the place to get the 4th gas. And still no clear tech choice. Yes, drops actually might be researched by EGIdra. You can see Overlord speed that just started. Usually you get speed for some kind of reason, not just for anything. And there it goes. No, still no Dark Shrine for Minigun. So I guess he will be using that gas simply for blink and a lot of sentries here. So I guess we won't be seeing any kind of DP harass from Minigun, but he will be producing a lot of Blink Stalkers, and it will be up to EGIdra to produce the army necessary to deal with that. Now a lot of larvae here saved up. As I say that, he is using them. I guess he just forgot about him for just a second. You can't be perfect in every single way, although EGIdra would like to be. Now an Overseer being morphed in by EGIdra just to spot in case there are any DTs on the map with the main army here. So EGIdra being very safe. He did not spot any Stargate, so he knows that nothing in the sky is coming. That is why he keeps the roach production up, and that is a lot of roaches for EGIdra. 7 more coming, and you can see his supply, 132 to 96 for EGIdra. He should be able to crush through this, especially since he already has speed and +1. So both these armies at +1 upgrades. This observer making his way into the EGIdraan base. Now, nice force fields by Minigun, cutting this army in half, but with these first roaches will do huge damage, and once these force fields wear off, the second wave of roaches will be able to deal a lot of damage here. Now 13 more roaches on the way for EGIdra, so he will be able to deal with that no matter what, as long as he can avoid being split in half a second time by all these force fields. He really needs to keep those roaches together though and engage. Nice, not the best force fields actually by Minigun. He could have split that army a bit better. But now that Immortal actually doing huge damage to EGIdra, and all these roaches just falling like flies. And you can see the supply now, 94, 92 to 91, and EGIdra just leaves the game. And there we have it, the first game between Minigun and EGIdra. EGIdra was looking very far ahead with about 30 something more supply, but ended up losing this game. So tune in for game 2 coming up right next.